So yeah, after pacifying his relatives who have lost the relatives and pacifying his sister Subhadra, Lord Krishna sad for departing to Dwarka. So we are at this point. So here, Sukha Goswami continue narrating the story, saying that Amantra Chapyanugyata Parisvaja Vajatama Aruroha Ratham Keshit Paris Parisvaktu Abhivajitaha. So afterwards, when the Lord asked permission to depart and king gave it, the Lord offered his respect to Maharaj Yudhishthira by bowing down at his lotus feet. The king embraced him. After this, the Lord, being embraced by others and receiving their obeisance, got into his chariot. Of course, so before departing Lord Krishna, and he took the permission of Yudhishthira Maharaj. So at that time, he offered the obeisance. Lord Krishna offered obeisance to Yudhishthira Maharaj because he was elder. Then, of course, the age in this, life, and and Lord Krishna embraced Arjuna and Bhima, and he accepted the obeisances from Nakul and Sahadev, and he also offered the obeisance to King Kunti. So that way, Lord Krishna set the best example how to behave. Okay, that way, Lord Krishna, after following the formality, he continues. Subhadra Draupadi Kunti Virat Tanaya Tatha Gandhari Dhritarashtrasya Yut Surgotamo Yamo Yukodarasya Dhamyasya Sriyo Matsya Sutadaya Nase Revi Mohiyanti Viraha Saraya Dhanvana. So at that time, Subhadra, Draupadi, Kunti, Uttara, Gandhari, Dhritarashtra, Yutsu, Krupacharya, Nakul, Sahadev, Bhimsen, Dhaumya and Satyavati all nearly fainted because it was impossible for them to bear a separation from Lord Krishna. Okay. So so everyone was so much attached with Lord Krishna that when they heard that Lord Krishna was about to depart, so they were nearly in the situation of fainting. So that was their connection with Lord Krishna. Okay, because Lord Krishna is all attractive, especially for the devotees. So that's why it is impossible for them to tolerate the separation. Okay, so in the conditioned state, the soul forget the Lord, his connection with the Lord. Otherwise, he cannot, bear the separation. So, so how much separation these people were feeling is very difficult to describe, but it can simply be imagined by the devotees only. So no one can understand. Only some lovers can understand the separation from loved one. So these devotees were so much attached with Lord Krishna that it was very, very painful for them to feel the separation. Okay. So actually, that example we can see in the Vrindavan. So after the separation from Vrindavan, what happened in Vrindavan? The innocent coward boys, girls, ladies, and others, they all felt shock throughout their lives. That much the pain was there for them. Okay. And the separation of Radharani, the most beloved coward girl, is beyond expression. So when they met at Kurukshetra during the solar eclipse, and feeling which was expressed by them is heart trending. It's very, very, uh, heart touching. There is, of course, a difference in the qualities of transcendental devotee of the Lord, but none of them who have ever contacted the Lord by direct communion or otherwise can lose him for a moment. So, no, there is a verse in Chaitanya, sorry, 6th that Yugaitam nimishena chakshusha pravdushaitam sunyaitam jagat sarvam govinda virahena. Yugaitam nimishena chakshusha pravdushaitam sunyaitam jagat sarvam govinda virahena. So when boy and girl who love each other, when they are in their face-to-face association, for them, like one day is like a one moment. Okay, they are together. So when one day passed, or they feel that just a moment passed. Very quickly time has passed. But if they are in separation. So for them, in the moment of separation is like a days, long day. That's what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says in the sixth Ashtakam, Vigaitam Munishena Chakshusha Pravdushaitam. That for the devotee of the Lord, for the devotee, the separation from the Lord is like, and momentary separation from the Lord is like the one yuga. One yuga. Very big. One yuga means no, almost no. You can understand. So that way, then he says that a satasangam mukta adhusango hatum na utashtate buddha kirtiyamananam yaso yasya sakrut akarnya rochanam tasminyastadhiya partha saherana viraham katham darshana sparsa samplapa sayanasana bhojane. The intelligent who have understood the Supreme Lord in association with the pure devotee and have become free from bad materialistic association can never avoid hearing the glories of the Lord, even though they have heard them only once. So, now why, so Sudha Goswami is explaining that why these people were feeling so much separation from the Lord Krishna. So here is mentioning that the intelligent means the person who is intelligent. Who is intelligent? Krishna je bhaje te bado chatur. One who worship the devotee is considered as an intelligent person. Why is considered as an intelligent person? That the answer is given itself in Bhagavatam. The purpose of all yoga, jnana, karma, activity, jnana is to search for Krishna, to attain the love of Godhead, attain Krishna, Krishna prema. And if they are doing all those things not to attain the Krishna, then they are called less intelligent. If someone has understood the purpose, then they are considered intelligent. Okay? So that's why here is mentioning the intelligent who have understood the Supreme Lord in the association with the pure devotee. If someone has understood the Lord in the association of the pure devotee, and by associating with the pure devotee, they have become free from the bad materialistic association, can never avoid hearing the glories of the Lord. Okay? So, these kind of people, even they cannot give up hearing the glories of the Lord, even though they have heard them only once. If they have only heard once, and after hearing once, they don't want to give it up. Okay? So then he continues, how then could the Pandavas tolerate his separation, for they had been intimately associated with his person? जिन्होंने एक बार कृष्ण के बारे में सुना है, they don't want to give up hearing about Krishna. But how the Pandava, who were intimately associated with Lord Krishna, okay, tolerate the separation. That is what Sudha Goswami is trying to explain. Okay. And how they have associated, you know, they have associated him in his person, seeing him face to face, touching him, conversing with him, sleeping, sitting, and dining with him. Then how can they tolerate such a separation? If someone has once heard, they cannot give up hearing Krishna Katha. Then Pandavas, who have done all those things, they have stayed together, they slept together, they ate together, they have talking face to face. How can they see the separation? How can they give up the association of Lord Krishna? It's very difficult. So that is what Sudha Goswami is explaining here. That's why those who are in the intimate association of Lord Krishna, so when they were about to fainting, nearly fainted when Krishna was about to leave. So that is what Sudha Goswami is explaining. I'm repeating again that even if someone has heard once about Lord Krishna, it's very difficult for them to give up hearing about him again. Then what to speak about Pandavas who have stayed with him in his person, they have spoken face to face, they have eaten, they have dined together, and everything they have done. So how can they tolerate? Okay? So, and the Krishna is the very object of love. It's all attractive. It's very, very difficult for them. So then he says in the next verse, Sarvete abhi nimi se निमिषेर अक्षय तम अनुभूत चेतसः विक्षंत स्नेह संबंध संबद्ध विचलेषु तत्र तत्रः. So in such a separation, all their heart were melting for him on the pot of attraction. Their heart was melting because of being attracted for Lord Krishna. They looked at him without blinking their eyes, and they moved hither and thither in perplexity. So Krishna is naturally attractive for all living beings, right? So we can see this in Brahma Vimohan Leela. So when Brahma has stolen the cowherd boys and calves, so then what Lord Krishna did? He expanded himself in those number of cowherd boys and calves. So when Lord Krishna went home, in the form of cowherd boys, calves, so naturally, the parents of the cowherd boys and the cows, mother cows, were feeling so much attracted towards their calf compared to, their attraction for their own calf and cowherd boy. Why? Because that in the form of their calf and cowherd boy, Krishna was personally present and he was all attractive. Okay? So, he's naturally attractive for all living entities. He alone is the maintainer of many eternals. So, being was all attractive, it is natural for us to be attracted by him. So, yeah, that's why, these people, these devotees of the Lord, they looked upon Lord Krishna without blinking their eyes. Okay. And they moved hither and thither in perplexity. So, that is what Sukh Goswami said. We continue that Nyarun Dhana Udgalat Baspam Outram Dev Visute Niryati Agaran No Bhadram Iti Syad Bandhavastriya. Female relatives whose eyes were flooded with tears out of anxiety for Krishna came out of the palace. Of course, female relatives also came out. They could stop their tears only with great difficulty. They feared that tears would cause misfortune at the time of departure. So when Lord Krishna was departing, female relatives came out. Okay. And how they came out? That eyes were flooded with the tears. And uh, and of course, they were thinking that, oh, Lord Krishna is living now. And if he sees the tears, if the tears come in our eyes, then what will happen? It will be inauspicious for Lord Krishna. That's why, although they were feeling the separation from Lord Krishna, but because they were loving Lord Krishna, for his well being, they were stopping their tears. So it was very, very difficult for them to stop their tears. Okay. Considering, still they stopped considering that it will create a cause and misfortune at the time of the departure of Lord Krishna. Okay. So, there are hundreds of ladies in Hastinapur. Okay. They all were affectionate to Krishna. All of them were relatives also. And when they saw that Krishna was going away from the palace for his native place, they were very anxious for him. And as usual, tears began to roll down their cheeks. So at the same time, they thought, the tears at the moment of departure might be a cause of misfortune for Lord Krishna. And therefore, they wanted to check them. And this was very difficult for them because the tear could not be checked. So therefore, they smeared their tears in their eyes. आंख में ही ऐसे करके नहीं अंदर डाल दिए. Their heart was throbbing, means pulping, right? Therefore, ladies who were the wives and daughter-in-law of those who died in battle never came in direct contact with Krishna. But all of them heard of him and his great activities, and thus they thought of him, talked to him, his name came. So those who were died, they never come in direct touch with Krishna, but they heard about Krishna. That's why they were so much attracted towards Krishna. And they become affectionate also by hearing his name, fame, and all those things. Therefore, directly or indirectly, anyone who thinks of Krishna, talks of Krishna, or worships Krishna becomes attached to him. Although these ladies who have lost their husband during the battlefield, they were not in touch with Krishna, but they have heard about his activity. In that way, they have developed affection for Lord Krishna. Okay. This proves that there is no difference between Krishna and his name famous is Krishna Gatha. Okay. So our relationship from this we can learn that our relationship with Krishna can be revived just by hearing, remembering, and talking about his activity, transcendental activity. मृदंग शंख भैर्यश्च वीणा पनव गोमुख धुंधुरी आनक कंठाद्य ने दुर्गंधुभयस्तथा. So while the Lord was departing from the palace of Hastinapur, different type of drums like mridanga, dhol, nagara, dhunduri, and sundubi, and flutes of different types, the veena, gomukha, and bheri all sounded together to show him honor. All those things were played in due respect of Lord Krishna. Prasadi Sikhar Arudha Gurunaryo Didrukshaya Vavrushu Kusume Krishna Prema Vindas Nikekshana. So out of loving desire to see the Lord, the royal ladies of the Kurus got up on the top of the palace, smiling with affectionate and shyness, showered flowers upon the Lord. Okay. So, yeah. So, all the ladies were on the top of the palace to see the departure of Lord Krishna. जैसे सीतात पत्र जग्राह मुकुताद मवि भूरिस्तमा रत्नदंड गुडाकेश प्रिय प्रियतमस्य. So at that time, Arjuna, the great warrior and conqueror of sleep, who is the intimate friend of most beloved Supreme Lord, took up an umbrella which had handle of jewel and was embroidered with the lace and pearls. So Arjuna was holding the umbrella in the head of Lord Krishna. उद्धव सात्यकिश्चैव व्यजने परमाद्भुते किरीयमाण कुसुमे कुसुमे रेजे मधुपति पथि. Uddhava and Satyaki began to thank the Lord with decorated hands, and the Lord, as the master of Madhu, seated on the scattered flower, commanded them along the road. Asriyantas satyas satyas tatra tattva dijerika nanu rupanurupasya nirgunasya gunatmanha. It was being heard here and there that the benediction being paid to Krishna were neither befitting nor unbefitting, because they were all for the Absolute, who was now playing the part of human beings. This is very, very important. What is the statement? That it was being heard here and there that the benediction being paid to Krishna were neither befitting nor unbefitting. When Lord Krishna was departing, many elderly people gave him benediction. Those benedictions are befitting also and unbefitting also. What does it mean? Because he was absolute. Okay. So why when Lord Krishna was departing, so many Vedic hymns were being chanted, and also the benedictions were fitting in the sense that Lord was playing the part of human being. Since of course, Queen Kunti knew that Lord Krishna is the supreme Lord. Bhismadev also knew that Krishna is the supreme Lord. So, but when Lord Krishna was offering obeisance to Queen Kunti was not stopping him. She was giving him the blessings. Yeah, she knew that Krishna is playing a part of human being. In that way, the blessings given by Queen Kunti is befitting. Okay. But at the same time, they were unbefitting because he is absolute. He doesn't require anything. Okay. So that is what is mentioned. That, he was playing the part of human being as if cousin of Maharaj Yudhishthir, but they were also unfitting because the Lord is absolute, has nothing to do with any kind of material relatives. Okay. He didn't require all those benediction. So, so he's nirguna and there is no qualities in him, material qualities, but he's full of transcendental qualities. Okay, so that way there was nothing required for him, any benediction. This is अन्योन्यम असित संजल्प उत्तम श्लोक चेतसाम कौरवेन्द्र पुर स्त्रीणाम सर्वश्रुति मनोहर. So absorbed in the thought of the transcendent qualities of the Lord, who is sung in a selected poetry, the ladies on the roof of all the house of Hastinapur began to talk of him. This talk was more attractive than hymn of the Veda. So, I'll discuss this verse tomorrow to this time up. But this verse is very, very important. I'll repeat again. Absorbed in the thought of transcendental qualities of the Lord, who is sung in selected poetry, the ladies on the roof of all the house of Hastinapur began to talk of him. These ladies were talking about Lord Krishna's activity. What Sud Goswami is saying? That this talk was more attractive than the hymn of the Vedas. Even they were more powerful than the Vedic verses. The discussion amongst the ladies of the Hastinapur were even more powerful than, they were more attractive than the Veda. Why? Because they were talking about Lord Krishna. So we'll discuss this verse tomorrow. So thank you very much. Hare Krishna. If you have any question, comment, feedback, you can unmute and ask.